Hey everybody, it's Karen with Food and Family. Merry Christmas everyone. We're getting ready for the holidays and we want to show you some of our treats that we make. Miss Stephanie's going to make us a fruitcake cookie.
And alright, these, you think of fruitcake, you think gross, because I'm one of those people, but this is kind of my own making. It's something my dad requested, and these are absolutely Christmas fantastic.
I've never liked fruitcake.
I haven't either until he asked for this, and I came up with a recipe for it, and I couldn't have done it any better.
There you go.
Alright, so you're going to start out with a stick and a half of super softened butter. Then we are going to add half a cup of brown sugar.
Does it matter if you use light or dark?
Whatever you want to do. If you use dark, it's just going to have that richer flavor.
Yeah, just more molasses in it.
Alright, half a cup of white sugar.
That's not much sugar at all.
And then you're going to put a fourth of a cup of molasses in it. And then we're going to mix this well. And then we're going to start adding our flour. Alright, so now we're going to mix this together very well. It's going to be loud, sorry.
So you're just doing enough to cream the butter and the sugar.
Yeah, just get all this mixed up well before we put our dry ingredients and fruit.
So when you're creaming everything together, you're just incorporating all those sugars and the syrups, everything into each other. Kind of making it one component.
Well, and you want to do your sugars, your wet ingredients, you want to do those together so that they're well incorporated. So that when you start adding your dry, you have what you need.
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and add our egg. 1 egg.
See how she broke her egg?
Alright, give this a mix.
Now do you use the...
Alright, now we are going to add our flour. And we are going to add 2 cups of all-purpose white lily flour.
Oh, we love white lily. Y'all have heard us say it before. We love our white lily. It's a white winter wheat, and it's just softer and fluffier. All right.
And we're going to add our baking soda. So we have got 2 teaspoons of baking soda.
So that's going to help them kind of poof up.
Give them their poof.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's a pretty batter. I love that color.
Oh, it smells fantastic.
It does. Those molasses just stand out. When she gets done mixing, she'll just hold it up and let you guys see it. It's a beautiful batter.
Well,
but it's a thicker batter. It's not
thick. This is a very thick cookie batter. It's going to be a dense cookie. And it's got to be because we're going to add all this candied fruit. Alright, so now we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of ginger.
Oh, now we're talking Christmas.
Half a teaspoon of ground cloves.
Oh, you getting all the smells and good stuff in there.
And half a teaspoon of cinnamon.
Cinnamon goes a long way, and so does cloves. But oh, the smells are just fabulous. Oh, and it's already getting into my nose. Oh, I can smell it.
That was the molasses.
Yes. You spread that on some toast and eat it. All right. Yeah, keep scraping down the bowl.
It's a very firm cookie dough.
It's a beautiful color.
Smell that.
Whew. That ginger and those cloves, cinnamon, that's all the holiday smells right there.
Alright, so now we've got a half a cup of candied orange peel. And on the dried fruit, you can use, if you don't like something, you can make it your own, do something else. There's not a wrong way to make cookies. Half a cup of chopped green and red candied cherries.
Now you could use one color if you want to.
We've got red and green for Christmas.
Yeah.
If we're doing a Christmas.
Oh, it's looking pretty already for just not even having stirred it up.
Half a cup of the candied pineapple. And half a cup of chopped pecans. And it's firm dough, so it's going to take some working. And
you get you arm exercises in here, won't you?
With this one, you do.
Either. Oh, how.
And there is your finished cookie batter.
Ooh, isn't that beautiful?
And you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350, depending on where you live at. You're going to have to check your times. We're going to do them 15 to 20 minutes. And these are just spoon dropped on parchment paper on a sheet pan.
Okay, so let us get everything together and let her get situated with her pan and scoop, and we'll be right back.
All right, we are ready to scoop some cookies. The temperature, I told you incorrect. It's not 350. You want it at 325. And we're just going to drop these on parchment.
So that's cookie scoop size.
And you can make these any size you want. There's no wrong way to make cookies.
Now, do you come back and flatten them, or do you just leave them in the...
Just leave them be.
And, okay, and they'll do their own thing.
Yep.
And you put them about 2 inches apart.
Alright, we have got batch 1 done. I'm going to stick these in, check them in 15 minutes, and see what we got.
Alright, so we'll be back in Bill, 15 minutes for us, but it'll just be a minute for you. So
Alright, we have got our cookies out of the oven, cooled, and plated. And here's what we got.
Aren't they beautiful?
You got your red, your green, your nuts.
Those red and green looks like little jewels on it. Now she took it out of the oven and put it on a cooling rack, and it doesn't take long for them to cool, and then slipped them onto this platter. So
with her oven, we did have to go closer to 20 minutes. It took them a little bit longer, but this is what we got.
Yeah, depending on your oven, 15 to 20 minutes, 325.